This is a reed. It's a piece of wood. Faced up against man, it obviously can't survive. But this little thing can cause more pain and torture to a saxophone player than anything ever created. And if you're lucky, you're probably going to get half a box of these little suckers that work. And if you're unlucky and you don't know how to work on reeds, you're going to be throwing good money away after bad. So you're probably going to have to use something like this, a reed knife. Or if you're like me, you'll resort to just about anything you can find to try to make the reed better. But that's why we're here today, is to try to figure out how to make one of these things into our friend. So that is where we are today reviewing the ALE Reed Balancer. Now this is a product that was created by Marty Jaimo and Dominic Bianco, two New Yorkers and educators, designed to help us poor schlums who are dealing with reed troubles. Now, this is not, let's show you what it is. This is the ALE Reed Balancer. This one just happens to be beautifully engraved with my name on it. Thank you guys, by the way. Now, if you're like me, the first thing that you're going to say to yourself is, that's it? This is it? This is all that it is? It's a piece of metal. But it's not just a piece of metal. It is, believe it or not, a very specific tool for working on one of these. How does it work? Well, this is not a knife. That's a knife. That's a knife. This is a reed tool. What's the difference? Reed knives for single reed players are not designed to cut. These are designed to scrape. And so this has taken the best part of a reed knife, and that is a flat blade that has a burr on it. You can kind of see it a little bit if I hold it right up to the light. You can hear it when I flick it with my fingernail. And it will not cut. In fact, I'm showing you how hard I'm doing it. You can see the indents in my fingers, but there's no cut. But reed knives cut. I found that out the hard way making this video. Ow. Okay. So here's the ALE Reed Balancer. Now this one happens to be with a keychain, which, by the way, I would highly recommend. The whole unit itself, this unit here, you can get for about $19. You can get it with a keychain holder for about $25. You can get it personalized for the same without the keychain holder, or you can get the whole thing for about $30 with free shipping anywhere in the world. Now, let's show you how this thing works, okay? Basically, I'll show you my fingernail here. I'm lightly using the burr to scratch off material, but let's show you on a reed. Here's a reed that, well, let's just say it's a bit naughty. This one has got bark going down the rails and on the shoulder. So I just basically take the reed, the ALE Reed Balancer, and applying various amounts of pressure can work on the shoulder of the reed. And following Joe Allard's old comments that you can take it off, but you can't put it back on. This allows you to work incrementally to work on your reeds to balance. I can balance on the shoulders. Now this one's a little bit difficult to do because it has so much bark on it, which isn't supposed to be there, but that's okay. We're taking it off. I'm able to work, but without gouging the reed. Okay, I can do balancing up near the tip. In fact, I can even do tip work. I can edge it and see how I can take just a little bit of reed off. I can also see if the reed is flat, and if I get one of those annoying warps from the window, I can go like this and flatten the reed out. It works very well. There you can see it only took off cane from the part of the reed, see, you can see there, from the part of the reed that was raised. And you will find your reeds will be a little bit more playable. So let's talk about some of the pros that I find here. First of all, price. Fully engraved if you're an egotist like me and you have to have your name on everything, 30 bucks ain't nothing. That's about the cost of a box of reeds. And trust me, you're going to need something like this to work on something like this. Or not maybe that one. Let's try that one. Okay. Also, I like the fact that this has a handy dandy wallet. Why? Because if you're a human being and you just buy this, you're going to lose it. Why? Because I bought one of these and it took me 2 months to try to find out where I put it. Now, I don't normally compare products because each person has their own vision and both are valid and important. But let me explain some things as to what I like about this, and then I will compare it to my experience with the Reed Geek. Okay, first of all, I like the fact that it's flat. It's easy to hold in my hands. I can get a really good grip. I can work it as a tool, or I can put leverage into it. This is incredibly strong. I am putting probably 10 to 15 to 20 pounds of pressure. It is not going to bend. It is incredibly strong, and it's very light, okay? I like the fact that it has a double burr, which again, isn't going to cut, and you're not going to have problems with TSA. You know, you go through TSA with this, you're going to probably wind up in handcuffs. You go through TSA with this, they're probably just going to think that it's a keychain. That's the other thing I like about it. I know it might seem a little trite. Well, why have a keychain? Well, first of all, if you're a player, your keys, whether they be at your car or your house, are always with you. That means you always have your reed tool. Even if you're out at a club some night and your friend Bobby's playing, he's like, man, the reed sucks tonight, and you don't have your horn, you can't go home and grab something like that, or something like this. No, not that. Something like this. But you've got this on your key. You can help your friend out. I would highly recommend not having a latte for the week and just paying the extra $3 or $4 and getting this. It has a nice little clip here. That I don't really know where maybe I'd put that on a backpack, to be honest with you. I'm going to move my keys over to this thing because I want to have this with me all the time. If I can find one downside to it, it is this. The first thing I'm going to do is get a small steel cable that has the little screw at the end to put it on here. As you can see, this is a colorful little cord. But over time, this is going to fray or come undone. I just know it will because bad things like that happen to me. And I'm going to secure it a little bit stronger. Now, how does it work in comparison to the popular Reed Geek? Now, I love the Reed Geek, but I'll tell you the first problem that I have with the Reed Geek is I lose it all the time. Or worse, it's in my case for my alto and I'm playing tenor and I really could use it. This is much lighter than the Reed Geek. I have more surface area that I can use with the ALE. And that's important for me. Those of you may not know, I have really bad carpal tunnel in this hand. So it's easier for me to work with something that's a little wider and not pinch that carpal tunnel through that. This works just fine. I do like the pencil-like tip on this, but I found that I can very easily do really precision cutting. If you can see there, not cutting, scraping, excuse me. I can do really precision work with the ALE. Probably the biggest difference is I'm looking at about $30 all in, including free shipping internationally. For the ALE, I'm somewhere between 60 and 80 or more. Now, that's not to put down the Reed Geek. I love the Reed Geek. It's done really well for me. For me, this has actually been a pretty impressive little product, partly for a couple reasons. One, it's small, it's easy to use, and it doesn't need sharpening. I'm not going to cut myself. The added little keychain feature makes life a lot easier because I can put my keys on this, and this little product is with me all the time. I'm not going to have a problem with TSA saying that I have some sort of deadly weapon. That's the deadly weapon. But we'll refrain. This is really, really kind of a neat idea. And I think the thing that I really like is this is a product from somebody who knows what it's like to play a reed instrument. And more importantly, after 36 years, I believe he told me, of teaching band, he knows all the problems that kids are going to face with reeds. So the ALE has been rather impressive. And I would highly encourage you to check it out. I mean, especially with free shipping, 30 bucks, hand engraved, or engraved with your name on it. I mean, you can't beat that. I can't think of how many times people have said they lost this, and because these things are so expensive, they never find them or get them back. Can't argue about this. This puppy's mine, and it works really well. So make sure you check it out. And if not, then they win. So if you want to learn about this product and other great products like it, as well as educational features and incredible reviews and interviews, be sure to go to www.thesaxophonist.org for more.